So I guess I started about 7 years ago, and it was just kind of out of necessity, I guess I would say, because there was just nothing out there for us. And I knew how hard it was to try to find things that were fashionable and fashion forward for a bigger size body, because I am a bigger size body. And so I began to find fashion and refashion things and make things so that I could be fashion forward. And I knew that it would be a service that would be beneficial for so many more people. So I decided to go ahead and start my business, and it took off immediately, being as though it was nobody out there doing what I did. It was nobody out there who was being a stylist and a personal shopper for plus size men and plus size men only. So that's kind of how I got started. Is my is the overall name for my company, but it's also the name for my men's accessory line. So once again, out of necessity, I started making my own bow ties. I was the kind of the bow tie guy. Wore bow ties before they were popular to wear, but I realized that in the stores, number one, you were hard pressed to find a bow tie that fit around your neck. A lot of them, you would buy them, you would get them home and realize they didn't have enough material to fit around your neck. And then the bow was so small that it looked like a toy. Up against a bigger frame, my thought process was, up against a bigger frame, you need a bigger bow.
Right.
Not huge or ridiculous, but a bigger bow to fit your frame. And so I started making my own bow ties. And making them go up to like a size, but the big one, but because they were custom, they could go up to any size. But the ones that I made ready to sell went up to a size 26-inch in neck, and so it was good enough to fit anybody. I always enjoyed style. I always enjoyed dressing. I always enjoyed looking a certain kind of way. I always enjoyed adding visual interest to my outfits, opposed to just being basic. And so I guess what kind of pushed me into the business of it all was the fact that, like I said, it wasn't things out there. When I wanted to go out and buy things and look a certain kind of way, the things just weren't out there. So I had to make them, or I had to refashion certain items to make it look the way I wanted it to look. I had to take my pants to the tailor and get them tapered, because for big guys, it was always really, really wide ankles. Mm-hmm. And it was always my belief, ain't nobody's ankles as big as your thigh. So if the pants are the same size from the thigh down, then we might have an issue. But it's just little stuff like that. They didn't offer, and if you were smaller, you could choose. You could choose baggy, you could choose slim fit, you could choose straight leg, you could choose skinny. And men, bigger men, we just had one. You bought this jean, and you better be happy with this jean, and you better be happy that they even sell a jean in your size. Take that. And I guess for me, I wasn't ready to settle for that. And I don't think we have to settle for that, you know? It's just fit. It's not really a hardship, because it can be fixed and it can be handled with a good tailor, but it's just fit. It's like, because for us, we're so many different shapes and sizes. We're not just big, and big doesn't just encompass one person or one shape and size. It's so many different shapes and sizes. And so to make things fit great all the way across the board, you have to go beyond just buying it or just making it and putting it on the person. You kind of have to shape it to their size. Some people have bigger stomachs than others. Some people have wider hips or wider thighs than others. Some people their shoulders are a lot broader. Some people are shorter. Some people are taller. So it's not just one size fits all or one size fits most. You kind of have to tailor the clothes to fit the body type of the person that you're working with. So like I said, it's not really a hardship. I mean, because it can be done, and it can be done quite simply with the tailor. But those are some of the things that I go through when dealing with plus size guys. How they want to look. I mean, because it's a lot of different styles. You can go for the dressy, all dapper style, just kind of basic tie, maybe a lapel pin, or you might want to go for the street style, shredded up jeans, Chelsea boots. I mean, it's just so many different ways that you can go. So I try to understand what the person is going for, right? So a lot of the times I'll ask them, just as they're strolling through the internet and strolling through blogs and stuff like that, just screenshot outfits that scream out to them and that make them say, yes, I love that outfit. Screenshot it, right? And put it in a folder and begin to keep those things. So when you show it to me, I can say, okay, I know that this is what this person is looking for. I know that this is about the round they're looking for. And then some people have absolutely no clue. Absolutely no clue. So now I'm trying to figure out, okay, so what are you getting dressed for? Are you going to a wedding? Are you just going to work? Are you going to the club? What are you getting dressed for? And then I'll do it. I'll do the opposite way around. So I'll send you outfit ideas and say, okay, what do you think about this? Do you like this? Da, 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 da. And that's how I kind of get that's how I kind of get a grips on what I call your style profile. So once I've created your style profile and I kind of know what are the things that make you go yes, then we can go forward from there. So against the only wearing certain colors for certain skin tone. I'm so against only wearing certain patterns for certain sizes. I'm against it all. I think it's bullcrap. And I think you wear what makes you happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't believe that there's a color that nature has created that is limited to me because of my skin tone or because of my size. I'm going to wear it all, and I encourage, and I really do encourage. We just had this conversation on my blog with some folk, and he was like, well, I'm short and I'm round, so what color should I wear? What color shouldn't I wear? What colors are going to make me look bigger? And I'm just like, wear any color that you want to wear. I just don't believe in those limitations for color and for pattern. And, I think fit is going to be the most, because some people say, oh, if you're big, you shouldn't wear horizontal stripes. I've looked the smallest in horizontal stripes. And I've even posted it on my blog to kill the myth. With vertical stripes, I look a certain way. With horizontal stripes, it just depends on the fit of the clothes. So you can look bigger in vertical stripes than you do in horizontal stripes, depending on the fit. So I don't give those limitations. I really don't. And I just think, we can pretty much wear whatever. Beyond looking slimmer, I think it's, if you read like, stylists and the advice that they give big people, they basically tell us to disappear. They're like, don't wear any colors or don't wear any patterns because that'll draw attention to yourself. Like, you're big, you don't want to be seen. Just kind of disappear. And look, I'm trying to pick my words carefully, but that's BS. And I just won't put up with it. Now, for me, I love black and I love white. I could wear black and white every day of my life and not feel any kind of ways about it. But I'm always sure to wear a lot of color just to show other big guys that it don't make me look crazy because I have one color. It doesn't make me look crazy. We can actually rock color and look good. But like I said, you'll see a lot of black and white. You'll see a lot of black and white, especially if you go through my blog and go through my Instagram. I wear a lot of black and white, but it's not because I feel like I can't wear color, because if I wear color, I'm going to look bigger or I'm going to look crazy or any of that. I wear black and white because I love black and white. But we wear color. Black is definitely slimming. Black can, when you take pictures in black, a lot of the times it'll take away all of the curves and all of the angles that you might see. So like even in this yellow, you will see that I have like a chest or whatever, and the black might hide that more. And so, yeah, I mean, you can hide it, but I'm all about celebrating our size, you know?
Right.
I'm about making us look the best in the size that we are in and the size that we are. So, you know, I say wear what you want, wear what makes you happy. And if you see a bright yellow shirt that sings out to you, get that bright yellow shirt and rock it with confidence. I guess like when I tell you my clientele is built up of regular, smegular people, like legit. My clientele is built up of people who want to go to work every day, not just people who are trying to get dressed up for a big event, but for people who are sick and tired of looking frumpy because that's all of the clothes that are basically offered to a larger frame body. But I will say, one time a guy hit me up and he basically okay, so in DC, we have this restaurant called True Green, and it's basically like the Chipotle for salads. You choose what you want to put in the salad by they have everything lined up, and you choose what you want to put in the salad. So basically, he began that restaurant in Peru and brought it to the United States, and he hit me up and needed me to do some styling for him and do some shopping for him, and literally he would come to the States from Peru twice a month to pull clothes that I had shopped for him and to be styled. So I think that was an awesome experience just because it shows you how social media basically, because he found me through my blog. So it shows you how social media is so just beyond your small circle and how it can put you out there to a greater group of people. Because who would have known I would ever find someone from Peru would find me and travel back and forth to the States to use my services. This was a great year for us. And Fashion Week, Men's Fashion Week, the one that just passed by, I went to 3 different lines that were created just for plus size men. And you see the plus size men getting a lot more attention. So I think this was a really, really good year for us. But I mean, we still need a lot more work. I think the issue is that we had to start from basics. So there weren't even basics out there for us. There weren't even jeans that could fit us in different different styles of fittings. So it's like we had to start from basics. So it's hard to just jump out there and encompass everything. Now I'm just waiting for some more fashion forward things for big guys. I feel like we got our basics down a little bit. We got ASOS who opened up their stuff to big men. And then you have a lot of your favorite stores that don't sell plus size clothes for men in the store, but will offer extended sizes online. So that's always good. I go to American Eagle a lot to get some of my jeans. I go to Old Navy a lot to get some of my jeans, some of my pants and some of my jeans. Even like Rue 21 and little trendy stores like that are beginning to offer extended sizes online. And so that's all good stuff. Like I said, ASOS has opened up their men's fashion, their plus size men's fashion things. And so I'm just waiting for people for there to be some big men's fashion that like blow your mind, like, oh, wait, what? Right. I've never seen nothing like that before. I'm waiting for those items to begin to be created. Right, exactly. Mm-hmm. But like I said, there were 3, and these were just the 3 that I was invited to in New York to go to, and they had some really nice pieces. So, and I don't want to call them out because I don't want to call them wrong, but I will get you the information if you want to, add it to this interview. It's so many people. I feel like it's so many people, and I wish I would have got you configured you a little list. But I think Nick Woosten is like my all-time favorite guy. He's an older guy. He is. I would say he's not skinny, but he's not huge. But when I tell you, he makes no mistakes for me. Whether he's dapper, whether he is casual, it always has visual interest. You always look at it like, oh, he did that. Like, not just, oh, yeah, you know, he wore a suit. It's always something about his clothes that make you say, oh yeah, he's it. I remember briefly he did clothes for JCPenney's, and I would never forget. I went into JCPenney's. I was like, man, JCPenney's is really stepping up their game, not really knowing that he was their new stylist. I don't know what ended up happening with that, but they didn't keep him long. And as soon as he left, I knew the clothes were like good and terrible again. I love him. I mean, it's definitely several other people, but he's definitely one of those guys who I look at and I'm just like, and he's older. He's older, so for me as a young man to look at his style and be like, I would love to wear something like that says a lot. You can find me on Instagram at the awesome life of a beaver _, in between each word. Okay. Don't talk bad about me. I know it's long. When I created it, I didn't really think about the length of the name, but the awesome life of a beaver. You can also find me on Tumblr, and that's really my fashion blog, and that's where I give a lot of advice, and that's where I talk to people about, you know, fashion issues that they're having. If I'm selling any clothes, I'll most likely put it on my Tumblr blog and all of that. And that's Big Guy Fly, BIGGUYFLYY. So Big Guy Fly with 2 Y's. And that's my Tumblr. Or you can find, if you want to look at some of my accessories or purchase, you got a wedding coming up and you need some bow ties, or just, you know, you just need some bow ties to fit you and that are going to be your size. You can go to my Facebook page for my accessory line, and that's Bebow Fashion, BEBOW Fashions, and that's on Facebook. And you can find that. And Fashions has an S at the end. Or you can email me at Bebow Fashions, same name, BEBOW Fashions with an S at the end, at gmail.com.